Hi everyone, it is Niji Civic and I am your host today of Inside the Minds of an Artist. And here with me today is Mr. Keith Wallace.
How you doing, sweetheart?
Good.
Right.
And I believe you go by, let me make sure I get this right. No, I'm not going to get it, tell me.
Not anymore.
No?
No, it's just my government name now.
Okay, alright, I like that. Yeah. Keith Wallace. Alright, so go ahead.
I went by FK Full Clip, but as I transitioned from that type of music, I went from Saul to Paul in a way.
Awesome.
Abraham to Abraham.
I like that.
So
I like that. Okay, all right. So I guess we get to tell people about your journey, because I'm sure there are a lot of young men out there that probably want to embark on the same journey as you. Might have had the same struggle or something similar. So for them to today hear this show today, you'll inspire them. A lot of people don't know maybe about your background or the things you've been through. I know some of the things I read on your bio. You were locked up at a very young age, and you were able to come out and stay focused and put your mind to things that you really wanted to do. One thing that was interesting to me, though, when you were locked up, you said there was this 1+1 theory. What was that about? For you to gain that knowledge, you said you went in, but you came out. That 1+1 = 2, but 1+1 to you is whatever you wanted to do.
Right, of course. See, I went. Oh my God! I went to prison at 14. I'm 14-year-old. I actually caught my first charge when I was 9 years old.
Wow.
And I spent 3 days in the juvenile hall on 36th Street in Miami. And ever since then, it's like downhill, you feel me? Now, my mom, she did all she could, you feel me? So I don't believe when people say, when things happen to kids and people be like, what the parents was.
Right.
I don't believe in that, because sometimes the child just rebellious. And sometimes it takes experience for that child to learn. Once the child gets exposed to the streets or the evils of the world and they like it, it's done. It's done. There's ain't nothing the mother can do but just stand back and let experience be the teacher of that child. So when I went to prison at 14, I caught 6 years. I was facing life at the age of 14.
Wow.
Shout out to Broward County. Y'all don't go there. But I was facing a life sentence at the age of 14. And when all of us was like getting on they call it the Bluebird. When we was getting on the Bluebird, they'll call your last name, and when they call your last name, you gotta say your birthday. So everybody, Johnson, 65, Williams, 75, and they got to me. When I say 84, everybody, the whole crowd looked back and when I got on the bus, everybody wanted to sit by me. And they was telling me man, listen, when you get there, you see, but you don't see. You hear, but you don't hear. I'm learning this from the older G's, you feel me, as I'm headed to prison, that long ride to South Florida. And when as soon as I got in there, I got stabbed. Right here, you see it? I got stabbed. Yeah, I got stabbed ASAP. So it's it taught me, and I did more reading than anything. Reading and writing. That's why I learned how to rap at. And I gotta be one of the only dudes that I know that still read on the streets.
Okay.
I ain't talking about no Zane books, Why They O'Clock, all that foolishness. No, I'm talking about actual knowledge books. You feel? I believe in Jesus. I believe he died for my sins. I believe in the Bible, but I don't only read the Bible.
Okay. What are some of the books you read?
The Quran, the Mormon's Bible. I read the Catholic Bible. There's a book called Illuminati 666. There's a book called The Darkness, Behold the Pale Horse. Those are the type of books that I read to gain knowledge overall. So if you come to me kicking Islam, I know it already.
Right.
I know it, so I cannot be deceived. I'm not saying anything wrong. You believe in what you believe in, and I believe in what I believe in. But when you approach me with that doctrine, I'm gonna let you know I'm already up on it.
Okay, so let me ask you a question now. Here it is, your last day, you're about to get out. Now already you've probably, like you said, you've been writing, you've been reading. So now you built up that, okay, I'm about to get out and I'm about to make some noise with your career. Correct? So now it's your last day and you're about to get out. What are the thoughts going in your head? I mean, I don't know. For me, I have this anxiety, you know. How am I going to get started? Who's going to help me? And who's going to reach out? Like, what was going through your head that day? It's time to get out. And you know you have so much written, so much ambition. You know, what was going through your head?
Please don't think I'm crazy. I'm about to say
well, it's inside the mind of an artist.
Right,
so
you feel it
inside
the mind.
This is your platform.
Inside the mind of Keith Wallace.
That's
This
it.
shirt,
There you
mind
go.
elevation.
There
Every
you go.
artist gonna think the same.
I agree.
You feel me? When they told me, this is no lie. When that white man came to my room and said, Wallace, they'll tell you to get it all. That means it's time to go home. Wallace, get it all. Get it all. Time to go home. I say, Cracker, I'm Mills home. Just like that. I was scared to get out.
Wow.
I did from the age of 14 to the age of 20.
Wow.
Incarcerated. I never in my life stepped foot inside of a high school, only when I go talk to kids right now. I never been inside of a high school. I never been to a prom. I ain't never walk across the stage and shake those people's hand and mama, look, never in my life. I learned how to read in prison. I got my GED in prison. I got a few trades in prison. I learned how to fight in prison. I got saved in prison. Everything I learned in my life was while I was incarcerated. Everything. Everything.
Then how did you do it? You know, you came out, as soon as you came out within months, you had already written 100 songs?
Yeah, see, because, you know, and when I got home, I didn't go outside. I stayed in the house. And I'm actually writing raps inside of the house like I'm still in prison. I'm writing and I'm beating on the wall. Writing, beating on the wall. My mama, what? Don't pay no goddamn bills in here. That's what my mama saying. And my brother come to me like, hey bro, don't you know they got something called instrumentals where you can listen to it and write like instrumentals? Man, when I got locked up, it was a small face 20. When they would let me go home, they gave me 5 20s with a big head. I said, man, what is it, Monopoly money or something? I didn't even know what it was. But I had to read, it was like I was a baby.
Yeah.
Like Malcolm X, I love Malcolm X, man. I wish I could have met that brother. I love that brother. Like he say, he had to learn everything again. Like a baby got to learn how to walk. It's like prison was the womb, like the Matrix, and I was inside in a fetal position. And once they spit me out them gates, it's like now I'm out. But the difference is like from an infant, and when I got I didn't have nobody to feed me, to burp me, no, because they saw me as I was grown, but I was really a baby.
So then let me ask you a question then. Do you think your spiritual foundation or, you know, the things that you have learned, you know, that salvation that you did learn took you from leaving the prison, going home being afraid, actually building up the courage to say, now I'm going to have my first performance at FAMU?
Right. We got the, shout out to TJ DJs, you know. The dude I was messing with at the time, he got the plug and everything, and everything just fell in place. You know, at the time I was making all type of gangster music because that's what I was doing. I was in the streets.
Even when you got out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got shot in the neck as soon as I got out.
Wow.
Yeah, I got that proof too. You know how these rappers.
I don't need to see no proof.
No, they'll get on there and they'll tell you everything, but they be lying, you know? Yeah, but listen, no, you see Forrest Gump when his man told I got shot in the butt, he put his pants out and stuff. But listen, though, like for real, like I went right back to the streets because I didn't have nobody there, like an infant. They have somebody.
Who was that? Who was that person that said, okay, look, you need to stop doing this because you saw where it got you and you need to get on this road?
Nobody. It was my conscience.
What was that experience? Because a lot of people don't get that.
You know how like sometimes people can't tell you nothing. You gotta get, only way you gonna change for real, nobody can tell you to change. They can tell you, but you will not take heed to none of that. The only time that you will change is when you get sick and tired. That's it. People can can tell you all day, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. It's gonna go in one ear and out the other. Yeah. Everybody who I know that went to Scare Straight and talked to them people, I'm gonna kill you, come here. They went to prison. Wow. Everybody that went there, they went to prison. Who I know personally. Right. So nobody can't tell, no, experience gotta teach you. Experience is the best teacher.
I was just gonna say, so then that was your thing. That was it for you at a very young age.
Right.
To say that experience taught me.
Exactly. I have been awakened. I woke up. I was asleep, and I woke up one day. You know what? I'm good. Cause come on, man. I just did 6 years. Got out, went crazy, started shooting at people, got shot. My mama house got shot up. Behind me, 2 of my little brothers get shot. The bullets fly over the my little niece, little stroller she in, hit the wall, hit my brothers, all because of me. Time go by, I get on house arrest. They accuse me of killing somebody's mama. I'm on house arrest now. I get up off that. Then I catch a murder charge for real. All on the news, people. Now I get locked up for that. I VOP probation with a murder.
Hold that thought. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Fisherman's Recordings presents their brand new album, At His Feet, with uplifting singles like I Need You and Living Comfortable in Misery. Your spirit will rejoice, available now in iTunes, or you can download their app at Fisherman's Recordings in Google Play Store or Apple iTunes Store. It is our hope that this album, At His Feet, will be a constant inspiration by helping you discover your place in the body of Christ.
You VOP probation with a weed charge, you going to prison. I VOP probation with a M1. Now I ain't got no bond. Now I'm back facing life. 24 years old. Violated probation with a murder charge. Can't bond out. They say they got this info, they got this info, you got this person talking. And I'm in rock court. Reoffender court. If you catch 10 years, you gotta do 20. If you catch 20, you gotta do 40, because they enhance me.
Wow, that was powerful. Inside the mind of an artist. However, I'm gonna throw a curveball in the game. I want to get inside the mind of the artist and get his interpretation of this poem. I wrote this poem during a rough week. I want to find out what kind of info he had between his afro. The name of the poem is The Fear of Walking on Purpose. Walking on purpose is like walking down a road where there are loved ones and friends. And as you walk, you ask certain ones to walk with you. They do not answer yes, nor do they answer no. They just stand still as you walk alone. And as you walk, you can see a bright light at the end of the road that no one else can see. Then backs begin to turn toward you. Doors begin to close and lights begin to go out. And suddenly, the fear of loneliness begin to bang at the heart of your door. Fear says, let me in. I'll think like you. I'll talk like you. I'll play like you. I'll walk like you. And as your heart opens to the door of the fear of loneliness, the light at the end of the road becomes dimmer and dimmer until you forgot that the light was the fisherman.
Do you have a better understanding now that I read it?
Man, that's for me, man. That's for me. I know Terry telling me, look in the camera, but bruh, listen, bruh. That's for me, bruh. Man, listen, look. You calling for help. You calling for help. People saying they down for you. They saying they down with you. But when you call them, they not around as you walking on your journey. They not around. You see the light. You know that the light is God. You know that. You know that light is God. But then the doubt comes. When everybody around turn their back on you, you start losing faith. Because you thought they was down for you. But now it feel like you traveling alone, but you still see the light. You know that the light is God. But once the doubt comes, the fear, let me in, I talk like I think like you. You start to let that get inside of your mind. You start believing that. And the light start getting dimmer. You start losing your focus on God. And all of a sudden, he vanishes just like that. And you allow the fear, all the negative thoughts to enter you. You allowed it to come. And once that came and consumed you, your vision of God is done.
Bam! He batting 1,000.
All right, guys, now we're on to our very last video. I know you're gonna miss me, right? I'm gonna miss you guys too. But it's gonna be something tasteful, something you guys are gonna enjoy, and it is gonna be a belly full, okay? So stay tuned for Preacher Boy, Only God.
This here's your boy Preacher, mouthpiece of the city. That right. Let me put him on something new. Bridge the gap. Only God can judge me, demands in the mirror. Better give than receive, so be a cheerful giver. As a man think, so is he. Bear fruit your own labor, sowing what you reap.
Yes, I knew it. Yes. Well, could you tell Miss Jones that I'm on my way to the church as we speak? Yeah, just running a little bit late. Yeah, I'll be there shortly. Be blessed.
This my way of telling you my perfect imperfection. Cause sometime in life we all hurt from misdirection. Living ungodly and wondering how you miss your blessing. All G's go to heaven, that's a misconception. I'm a child of God, made in God's image. So when you see me, I pray you see the same resemblance. Communion on the first Sunday for the Lord remembrance. He died for all our sins, we can't avoid repentance. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. For our eyes have not seen this type of panorama, and some ears have not heard this Alabama grammar. But that don't matter. Practice what you preach. The good die young, that's the nature of the beast. No man is justified as our Regulations 3. Meet me at the crossroad of Revelation Street. Let your light shine, open the window curtain. Don't sell your soul to the devil like an infomercial. I can feel your pain, I know the symptoms hurting. We have to weather the storm, keep living with a purpose. Tabernacle, this my ceremony. Blessed to see the day, so I thank him every morning. He's an on-time God, yes he is. Last of a dying breed, bless the kids. Nobody's perfect, but God don't make mistakes. At some point in time, we all straight away. What the Lord giveth, he can take away. Now stirring something in you, no Rachel Ray. So who's really real? All the fakes pretending. It's a thin line and I done learned mistakes from many. Cause since I found God, I done got my faith replenished. Alpha and Omega, beginning and the ending. With some family and friends of mine, and we started speaking about God. I've learned sometimes it's best to be heard instead of seen. So as this wise man was speaking, I just listened, because nobody's perfect. Amen.
All right, was it what I said it would be? A belly full, right? Only God. That's the only reason why we're here today. That's the only reason why I can come here and give you this today from what? Fisherman's TV, in the mind of an artist, guys.
Fisherman's Recordings presents their brand new album, At His Feet, with uplifting singles like I Need You and Living Comfortable in Misery. Your spirit will rejoice, available now in iTunes, or you can download their app at Fisherman's Recordings in Google Play Store or Apple iTunes Store. It is our hope that this album, At His Feet, will be a constant inspiration by helping you discover your place in the body of Christ.
And we are back. I just learned his mom's name was Patricia, my mom named Patricia. The words to his lyrics, really touched my heart, and this is how passionate you are, a man after God, and a man after the people. You made a statement, you was like, I don't mind feeding the people. That says a lot. So I'm definitely emotional.
Right, I appreciate that. And we actually feed the homeless. Me and my homeboy Six, Maurice, the last Saturday of every month, downtown Miami. We feed the homeless. So if y'all want to help, y'all ain't got to have no food or nothing. Just bring a cardboard box, because trust me, you'll be surprised what a piece of cardboard will do for them people, man. You feel me? And if you don't have no food, like I say, no money, bring your hands, man, your services, your presence, a nice word to them, that's good. Trust me.
No, that's it. I mean, any word of the day, quote of the day, we want to end with that. I know you got something for the people.
I actually, my mind elevation, elevate your mind. Stay elevated above all foolishness, anything, no matter what it is. And I got my, each one reach one. When you reach one, you teach one. In school, they used to call it pay it forward. That's what they used to say, but scratch all that. Each one reach one. And when you reach one, you teach one. And always remember, keep your mind on God, man, no matter what. No matter what. I'm not no preacher. I ain't no teacher. I ain't no deacon. I ain't none of that, man. I'm me, and I don't put a title on my name. I don't label myself no gospel rapper. I'm a rapper that knows the gospel. Don't get it twisted. Believe that.
Wow, that was powerful. While listening to Keith, many things came to my mind. How he was arrested, sent to prison as a child, and released as an adult. He was an adult in age, but he was immature because he learned everything in prison. He knew anything about the free world. Now he has grown and matured and now is a productive citizen of society. I remember in middle school when boys began to meet girls in a different way. I often heard girls say, "No, he's immature," or "he plays too much." In real life, how do you know that you have reached maturity? This is one way. Whenever you have a task and you complete that task without anyone having to say anything to you, you are on the road to maturity. However, if you have a task and someone has to say to you, "Do this, do that," over and over and over again, you are immature. As Keith mentioned, you saw the light at the end of the road. You knew the light was God. However, you chose people over the light. What dream do you have that you are willing to give up people, things, or whatever you have to give up in order to accomplish your goals? It's going to take maturity to accomplish your goals. You're going to have to walk down the road, and the road will get narrower and narrower. There will be less and less people on your road, till eventually it will just be you and that light. Are you willing to walk to the end of the road alone? Or do you want to please people instead of God?
You like watching live TV and good content? Go to Google Play Store or the Apple iTunes Store and download Fisherman's TV.